Nick Neal, you're the boss man of EweMove, 120 branches around the UK. What are the opportunities and threats of this post-lockdown property market and the stamp duty issue? Talk to me.
Okay, so two separate things, I think, post-lockdown and stamp duty. I think in the post-lockdown world, people are clearly looking for different kinds of properties. So they may be living in a flat and now they want a house with a garden by the sea. So
I mean, I'm hearing some stories where they are literally beating them off with sticks. Are we building a bubble?
Maybe Boris's redistribution of the economy away from London to the regions. Who knows? But I don't think you can build a bubble. So Scarborough, for example, I used to live in Scarborough years ago. Is a town where the searching for Scarborough had gone up, and now that's been a town that no one's really moved into for quite some years. So if a little bit of interest and money goes into that town, well, great. Maybe the same for Blackpool now. So I don't think you're ever really going to build a bubble around that. Maybe it will cause house builders to think about the sort of size and style of housing they build, to suit changing needs. So people want offices at home, whereas perhaps they haven't done before. So that's good. I don't think there's anything wrong with that particularly. But people are clearly wanting to change their domestic surroundings for sure. And that's got nothing to do with the stamp duty change. I think that's just a realisation from COVID. So will stamp duty have an effect beyond that?
Let's come to stamp duty just in a second. The estate agents, I don't know about what your 120 franchisees are doing, but they almost seem to be running around like they're almost too busy. I mean, some people, not necessarily you guys, because you're franchisees and you're individuals, but I'm hearing a lot of estate agents haven't brought back all their furloughed stuff yet.
No, they haven't, and I think so. We're seeing a big uplift in market share, and I think that's a result of two other things. In July 2020, this last month, we listed 50% more properties than our best month ever on record previously. So a 50% jump from June, which was our best month ever, we've now gone up again, is just astonishing. And I think there's two reasons for that. One is the market has grown a bit post-COVID, which is fine. But the other is the number of competitors has shrunk because a number of the corporates still haven't fully recommissioned. A number of independents, especially those that sitting on big managed portfolios, haven't recommissioned because the staff salaries are being paid, they're not paying rent in the shop, they've got a grant, and maybe a bounce back loan. The revenue is still coming in from rental payments because those aren't dropping so much yet. Maybe October will be different. So they are more profitable now than they've ever been before by not being active in the sales market. Because if they spend money on marketing to drive some leads, they've got to unfurl all their staff to deal with them, and they don't want to do it. So they're sitting there enjoying what is a kind of few good profitable months. But if they don't start playing now, they could find themselves in long-term demise, and that's the risk for those corporates who haven't got back, and also those independents who haven't really fully recommissioned yet. So back to us, that means we're seeing substantial market share growth.
But my fear is and the phrase "make hay when the sun shines." You've got to go out there, but we are staring at a cliff edge where the property market, in other situations, most, not all, when we've had a break on tax, things have dipped afterwards.
Yeah.
And I know we had the stamp duty stuff in 16, but that was only one part of the market. When we had dual Miras back in 87, it just fell like a stone. Do you think agents are doing enough now to ensure that you get enough of the pie afterwards?
That will remain to be seen, but what I can absolutely say with a huge amount of confidence is if you are super, super busy right now and you're working from 6 a.m. till midnight, as some people are, if you're not finding an hour in your day to continue to nurture your opportunities who are not ready to go to market yet, you will experience a cliff edge. But if you still focus on nurturing those opportunities, you won't experience such a cliff edge as your competitors. So in very, very buoyant sales times, if you take your eye off the ball of your future pipeline, you will drop. I've been in sales for many, many years. So property market estate has got nothing to do with this. It's a fact of sales. If it's buoyant, you've got to think about finding your next deal. And if you don't, you're going to suffer.
Interesting times ahead. Let's find out what happens next year.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.